Christy, I think you're going to like this one. We talked about this earlier.
Yes.
So this little step here, we just put this first one together. I'm going to walk you through how to install the other side and hopefully the rear one as well. Well, why don't you try it out and see if it works for you?
Okay. Hey, that works great.
You like it?
I can actually reach the bottom of the bed.
Okay, now see if you can put it away. Oh, even with your foot you can do it.
Yeah.
Let's get started. I want to make it clear that this product is not sponsored. I paid full retail price for the product. I did submit a request to the company to be given the product, and they turned me down. I guess they figured they didn't need to give them to me because I would probably buy them anyway. So I did, and they were right. Let's see what's in the box. This right here is the main hinge point. These are the two brackets that attach it to the truck. I'll show you how all of this goes together in just a minute. The step itself. And we'll look at some accessory brackets here. Okay, there. One of those, two shims. That's all the pieces. It's not clear how these two go together. It's clear that they do overlap like this, but the instructions are not very good at describing which one goes on the top and which one on the bottom. I finally figured out that this is the proper orientation, right? So we've got just like this, and the same bolt in the bottom. All right, so that's how they're going to go together, just like that. At this point, we don't tighten those. These are 13 millimeter. We'll turn this around like this. This kind of shows the overall orientation of how we'll go together. These two bolts here go in. And this block is threaded. That's easy enough on that. 15 millimeter on these. Guess I didn't have that one started enough, huh? They say to torque to 20 foot-pounds, you get what you get. This is 13 millimeter. We got a 3/8 drive, Milwaukee, battery-powered wrench. They say 16 foot-pounds on that. I like the Gutentite approach. Now, the next step is this frame mount bracket. It's offset from one side to the other. Get it a spot where maybe you can see. So it's offset, as you can see. Big hole here, a threaded area there. The threaded area is for this large bolt. The instructions show two different orientations. So you use the same bed step for driver's side or passenger side, but you configure it a little bit differently. The big side of this frame mount piece goes to the front. So it's going to go right there like that. We should have two big flat washers here. The smaller, you might call it the next to the largest, goes on this side. Okay, so we'll go right through there, and we won't tighten that at this time. Before we get under the truck, I want to show you just a little bit about these other brackets. First, this piece is going to connect right up to the main frame bolt where the bed is held down. And we put this nut up here, like so. We'll put this big washer on it. Put this nut up here, like so. It's got a collar on it, and it goes right in there. And then this is the frame bolt that exists on the truck right now. So we don't have to take anything off the truck, but we just screw this on here. 7/8 is the socket size there. They say 22 millimeters, but it's a pretty tight 22 millimeters, so I'm not going with that. Now, one of these two frame support or forward and reverse support brackets goes on either side here. They show them being put on after we're under the truck, and that's what I'm going to do because it's very difficult as it is. The forward one has to be the more bent one. The forward one is bent more than the rear one, okay? So again, I'm mounting this on the passenger side. This is the front of the truck, so mine are going to be like this. If you're mounting to the driver's side, you would reverse this, and you would reverse these. That's the only difference. Very nice design. I think that's all I have to show you. These shims will be put in here, I think, if necessary. I didn't need any shims on the other side. It fit perfectly, so I'm going to assume that I won't on this side either. So this was that frame bolt that we mount to. I can tell you that the passenger side has a lot more space. The driver's side has an emergency brake cable and all right in here, which makes it much more difficult. And in fact, they properly instruct that we need a swivel socket to be able to get to this. Whereas this side, it looks to me like we're going to be able to use a straight socket and make this a lot easier. I guess I should have put the truck on the lift for this, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal. It's really not that big of a deal, except for the camera angle for you guys. So I don't know if you're able to kind of see this go together. I'll take my hand out of there and you can see that nut. I'll screw it in a little further and I'll give you another view. Now it sets right in that slot. Now at this point we don't want to tighten it all the way, we just want to snug it up. But being lazy, I'm still going to use the big wrench. Okay, there I've got her loose. It's a little bit looser than I would like it. Should have tightened it a little more than that. I thought I had it tighter than that. Anyway, it's apparently slipped. So this has 2 positions that it can be mounted on, actually more than 2. There's 5 holes there and only 3 spots for it. Well, you're supposed to mount it toward the rear, right? Toward the front would offset it so that it gets in the gap there, so toward the rear. That's the other difference between driver's side and passenger side. So we put this on now so that we can judge this gap. This is a Torx bit. I'm not sure what size. I needed to have tightened that more, that's for sure. If I were using rivets, we could call it riveting content. How does that look? Looks pretty good. I like all those angles. So with that, we're done out there. We need to do a little bit more work under here with the forward and reverse braces to keep it from kind of going forward and backward. I've got it fairly tight, so I'm not able to demonstrate the forward and back, but it could be pushed forward and backward with your foot. So these brackets will prevent that. On this side, I think I could have went ahead and put the brackets on to the step side. I couldn't have done that on the other side due to all of the emergency brake cable and everything. They really had to go on in this order. But you can look and it goes right there. Now there's some interesting aspects to the instructions on this segment because this piece talks about having to drill your own hole. But my truck comes with a hole there. That hole right there is the one we're going for, and my truck comes with it. So I'm wondering if Amp Research had some impact on Ford in the later years and got them to pre-drill that hole. I was told that Amp Research makes the retractable running boards. So it would make sense that they have the pull to maybe get a hole here specifically for these extra steps. And here's what the mechanism looks like when it's folding up from underneath. We're all done. I've got one more step to put on here. It's called the bed step. What we were dealing with was called BedStep2. The BedStep2 can go driver's side or passenger side. The original bed step can only be on the driver's side. There's an exhaust on the other side. I suspect that's the main reason why they don't have one for the passenger side. The parts are very, very similar for the bed step. The hinge mechanism is identical. The way the step is put on a little bit of an angle, so this piece is a little bit different. The hinge is identical, and then the truck mount itself is slightly different. I don't see any reason to show you a lot of detail of this install. Don't want to waste your time. But I can say that I'm very happy to have these steps. I think this one's going to help as well on the rear of the truck. The main reason I wanted these was to be able to hook my safety chains in the gooseneck. I just couldn't get up there. Just tried it just yesterday. I'd try to get up on the tire and lay on it, especially if there's snow on it. It is not a bit of fun to try to get up there and reach over to get to those safety chains and the gooseneck ball latch itself. So that's why I got them. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Again, not a sponsored product. This was something I bought with my own money. Maybe I should say this is something I bought with Christy's money.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim. A person's steps are directed by the Lord. How then can anyone understand their own way?